Hello, beautiful souls. It's Kat from Elevate, my channel where we talk about recovering from toxic relationships and regaining self-esteem and self-love. We've talked about the toxic things that narcissistic people do. And what we've never talked about, though, is how that will affect your self-esteem. So today we're going to talk about how staying with someone toxic ruins your self-esteem. Before I get into the topic today, I just want to say please subscribe to this channel, and if you haven't, press the bell icon so that you can get notified when I post new videos. So you had self-esteem. You might have been very confident and felt really good about yourself when you met this toxic person. But over time, they made you doubt yourself through various tactics, which I've discussed in other videos, like gaslighting, projection, trying to turn arguments around on you, and so forth, generally making you doubt yourself. So what happens is even the strongest person will doubt themselves when someone they love is seemingly upset at them and blaming them for problems. That's part of love because we want to be able to have the ability to examine our own behavior and identify if we're hurting someone else, and especially someone that we love. So what happens here is they'll pretend that their mistakes and shortcomings were your fault. So you begin to doubt yourself further. And now you're really wondering, am I the problem here? And you can go into like an abyss I've talked about before, because someone you love and trust is telling you that you're the problem. Now, it's always good to be able to examine your own behavior and really do some self-reflection on it. But if you know you've been acting with good intentions and making major efforts to keep the relationship working, then it's not probably you. But toxic people will always want to blame you, and they can't take accountability. So now you might feel unsure of yourself because they're finding faults in you, pinning the blame on you, and you think they're doing things to you that are toxic. When this goes on for a long period of time, it eats away at your confidence and your self-esteem. You lose self-trust. You lose your sense of self in general because you thought you were a decent person and you were trying to make this relationship work, and this person you're with is telling you everything is your fault. That's not true, but that's what toxic people want you to believe so they can control you, which is in another video, of course, I'll link above. When you love and trust someone, you lower your guard down and you think they love you and you think they know you deeply. So now their opinion of you seems very important and very valid. You think someone knew you to the core and they loved you. They thought you were really amazing before. They told you were amazing. How come now they're blaming you for every issue that happens in the relationship, even when they've done something wrong to you, disrespectful or something abusive? But you got so accustomed to believing and knowing deep inside that they loved you, that they adored you, and now you're wondering, gosh, maybe that's not true. So what else is not true? You question everything now. And you ask yourself, am I not as beautiful or as smart as they said I was? Am I not as wonderful as they said I was? Some toxic people will even say, you've changed, which is actually code for you started having boundaries and I don't like it now. Toxic people don't want you to have boundaries because that means they would have to consider your feelings and needs. Unfortunately, the only feelings and needs that they want to consider are their own. Toxic people are very selfish and entitled. The longer you stay in this situation, it begins to feel like quicksand because you're slowly realizing that this person's opinion of you has turned quite negative. And as they begin to devalue you and criticize you, your self-esteem is getting crushed little by little. As they begin to disrespect you when they once treated you with the utmost respect, you feel bewildered and confused. As they begin canceling plans or starting fights or verbally abusing you, you continue to wonder, where did the person I knew go? This new toxic person who's taken their place seems very different than how they were in the beginning. Over time, the devaluation phase leaves someone feeling like a shell of their former self. There's very little self-esteem or love for yourself left. Your confidence has been completely shattered and it's a total mind F, and that's why people are so devastated by narcissists. Because at one point in time, you were so desired by them and so high on a pedestal, especially when they love bombed you and convinced you that they really cared. Now you've fallen off that pedestal pretty hard. And due to the gaslighting, you don't even know anymore what was real and what wasn't. You especially question your judgment and wonder why you didn't see the signs and why you didn't leave this toxic person the first time that they disrespected you. You'll go over in your mind over and over again how many regrets you have that you stayed, that you kept letting yourself be undervalued and not appreciated as you deserve to be. All of these events, plus the toxic person's actions and your own thoughts, will bring about a perfect storm which causes your self-esteem to plummet. The only way to heal this is going completely no contact and breaking the trauma bond. It's only through having no contact with this person that you can finally heal and start rebuilding yourself after the abuse. Over time, you will begin to feel beautiful again, confident again, and capable, and understand that you can trust yourself. You were always all of these things, but the toxic person didn't want you to feel good. They're miserable and insecure people inside, and they want you to feel that way as well. If you like this video, please share it with some friends. I always like to get this message out to anybody who's been involved in a toxic relationship or dealt with toxic people. It helps to feel like you're not alone, and a lot of times it helps to feel validated when you know that other people have gone through the same thing. Also, comment below about your experiences and anything you thought about this video.